Feel however you want about this. I just don't want to hear any 1940s Germany. We didn't know what was going on in the detainment camps in the future. Children will remember the fear of seeing their friends being drug out of classrooms by ICE, the emptiness of their desks due to deportation, or hiding from the risk of being detained at schools. Their neighbors, whole families, being drug off in daylight, and parents being detained at school pickups. Many probably voted specifically for this outcome, while others may be apathetic or indifferent, but we'll remember that too. Where did these missing community members, coworkers, friends, and classmates go to? Don't you think America's children are going to wonder where they went? The answer is a quick search. Geo Group and Core Civic detention camps. The DOJ investigated Geo Group Walnut Grove during Operation Mississippi Hustle, where they not only found Geo Group complicit in a bribery and kickback scheme with the state, but also they found, and I quote, deliberate indifference to staff's misconduct and inappropriate behavior with youth, and that the misconduct was among the worst the DOJ had seen in the country. The worst they'd seen in the country. And this is who's getting all the contracts for these detainment camps. Geo Group is the primary private contractor for detainment camps, with $388 million in contracts so far this year, and that number's just going up. If corporations are people, this one should be on the offender registry, not just for Walnut Grove, but a long history of abuse against children, prisoners, and even employees. And they run private prisons too, so it's not just happening to non citizens and people that had their temporary permanent status revoked. Not only that, they're in court right now for allegedly spraying detained people with cleaning chemicals as a punishment, spraying chemicals on them when and where they sleep, and even on their food. They had to pay $6 million back to Washington State for unjust enrichment because they were scamming the government. Something they do often. Operation Mississippi Hustle was about that. They were doing bribery and kickback schemes with the government. They recently lost their appeal in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, trying to overturn the ruling that they cannot pay detained laborers $1 a day for labor or less. Statements they've made indicate that they still disagree with this ruling, and that if they have to follow the laws of our country, they'll have to retaliate by demanding more taxpayer money. And how does such a shady corporation keep getting all these contracts? Well, Attorney General Pam Bondi lobbied for Geo Group, which many have considered a conflict of interest. Geo Group also hires out of us. Daniel A. Bobble left his executive position with us and is now in a senior role at Geo Group. Geo Group donated over $1 million to Trump's campaign through PACs and individuals, and sees Trump's presidency as an opportunity for their company, which is really in debt right now. Mostly because all the lawsuits and because banks won't loan to them. Eventually, our nation will have to be held responsible for this, and current and future generations are going to learn what happened here. Letting these people be in charge of detaining people en masse is how you go down in history books for doing crimes against humanity. And y'all are cheering for it. It disgusts me.